Let's fight. Welcome in the ring. Welcome in the ring. Whether you're joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on YouTube, you're joining us on Facebook, a good evening to each and every one of you. As you know, as we come on, we always ask that person share the live stream, share on Facebook, retweet on Twitter, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And if time persists, if time permits rather, on my Facebook page, you can give it also a like. Thanks very much for joining us wherever you guys are joining us from this evening. We're going to give you guys a chance to share the live stream. We wait until we get to a magic number, and then we're gonna start tonight's program, in which we are looking again at the Shonette Dover Story, the hunt for Shaquawn ISWE Alleyne. And we're going to start momentarily, folks. As you share the live stream, as persons come on, we are going to get going again. Thanks for joining us, whether you're home here in Guyana or you're in the diaspora. It is a privilege to have each and every one of you. For those persons who may be joining us for the very first time, we're on every evening, Monday to Friday, from 8 to 9 o'clock. Thanks again. For those of you who are still at work, we're thankful that you guys are keeping us company wherever you're joining us from this evening. Thanks again. We are going to do our bit at our end to share the live stream as well. We're going to practice what we're encouraging you guys to do. And as always, we're going to come right back to you as soon as we are done. But we are ready to go at our end. Ready to go, folks, with the content that we have for you, the information that we have put together for you this evening. As you know, we've been following the Shonette Dover story from the beginning. This is our third installment, and looking at how this case is progressing and looking at all of the information that is at hand. Lots of rumors out there, lots of information floating by, and we have tried to distill all of that information and package it for you this evening. I'm trying to share the live stream at my end, and I invite you guys to do the very same wherever you guys are picking us up from this evening. I need to share to like one place, and then we are good to go. Good to go, folks. Again, thanks to all of you for joining. So many of you are faithful to join our program each and every night during the week. And even if we come with a special program over the weekend, you guys are so faithful to join us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And again, this evening, we're looking at the Shonette Dover story, the hunt for Shaquawn ISWE Alleyne that is ongoing. And so much information, so many sightings, so much information as regards his whereabouts. And we are going to talk to you a little bit about that this evening. We see you guys are coming on, and we are going to hold just so a couple more of you can join us. We wait to meet a magic number, and then we are ready to go at our end again. Good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Those of you who are joining us in the diaspora, especially, we say good night to each and every one of you. And again, for those of you who might be new and joining us, we always encourage folks, whether you're joining us on Twitter, to retweet our broadcast, and also to comment. And those of you who are joining us on Facebook, to reshare our broadcasts there. And we always invite your comments, and even give a shout out to a few folks, for instance, like Randy Prince and Colin Williams, Alexis Somersault, Crystal Nicholson, and Rajendra Dionanan, or Dionanot rather, and all the other folks joining us, Charmin, Melissa Wade, thank you for joining us, Odetta Peters and Lita Bastio. Whether you're joining us at home here in Guyana or you guys are joining us in the diaspora, we are indeed privileged, and we're warning you guys from the onset that some of the content that we are going to play for you tonight is very, very graphic. Some of the content we're going to publish, whether it's in what is said in terms of some very, very foul language in some instances, but we wanted you to get the information as we got it without us having to edit it. We believe that all of us are adults and we live in a real world, and you guys can handle this kind of content. As you know, In the Ring is where we promote the truth and we defend the facts. And so we give you the information as we get it. And that is what we're going to do for you guys this evening. For those of you guys who are now joining us, we invite you to share the live stream. And folks, here is where we begin this evening. As we have said, we are looking at the Shonette Dover story, the hunt for the murderer Shaquawn ISWE Alleyne. And that is where we begin our broadcast this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shonette Dover story, for whatever reason, has captured the attention of our nation, even the attention of persons beyond our borders. Perhaps the intrigues surrounding Shonette Dover's untimely and brutal death has finally roused the conscience of a nation. That we have had enough of gender-based violence and domestic violence, period, and allows us to finally say, perhaps, enough is enough. That whether a barber in Linden or a brute in Parliament, justice must be done. Tonight, the hunt for Shonette Dover's murderer, Shaquawn ISWE Alleyne, continues. If you're joining us for the very first time, ladies and gentlemen, here is what led us to tonight. It's Friday, April 3rd, an otherwise quiet day in Kansas City, Linden. But that quietude would soon be shattered as Shonette Dover, 20, a bartender in the mining town, goes missing. April 4th, Shonette Dover's boyfriend, Shaquawn Alleyne, also known as ISWE, along with her 15-year-old sister, would inquire from Dover's mother whether Shonette had slept at her the night before, since she did not return home to the house they shared with Shaquawn. By April 6th, Shaquawn Alleyne has made several posts on Facebook. One post reads in part, if you're out there, just make contact with us and let us know you're fine. We are worried sick. A post that would become chilling in retrospect. The days ebb and Shonette Dover is still missing. Friends, family, and the community of Linden grow anxious. Between April 6th and 13th, Shaquawn makes several other posts on Facebook about other missing girls in Guyana. April 11th, another post, now of a more personal nature. 11 days now, reads the text of his Facebook post, words that accompany a picture of Shonette Dover beaming and full of life. On April 26th, Shaquawn reshares a Facebook post of a church service Shonette's family attended as they prayed for her safe return, prayers that would ultimately go unanswered. During this time, he has also led a search party through various locations in Linden as the search for Shonette's intensified. By April 30th, the search leads to the home they shared in Kansas City, Linden, as family and community worst fears are realized. This time, it was Shonette's sister who led the police to where she said Shaquawn and his father helped bury Shonette Dover in a shallow grave. The country was stunned and shocked. And here is where we pick up our report for this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, what we know as of this evening. The last time we updated you, we had learned, among other things, that Shaquawn Alleyne was in touch with a former male paramour and that plans were underway. Yes, plans were underway. Plans were being hatched for his quick exit, a very, very quick exit to what is now known to be French Guyana, or as we call it, Cayenne. Here is what we know today, ladies and gentlemen. Postmortem examination has revealed that Shonette Dover died from a single gunshot wound to her head. This autopsy was done at Memorial Gardens Mortuary in Georgetown by Dr. Neal Singh in the presence of police. The body was identified by Shonette's father. The doctor also, we learned, extracted 3 ribs from the body and handed them over to the police to be analyzed for DNA identification. The body is presently lying at the said Memorial Gardens funeral home to be later handed over to Shonette's family. In addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, we have learned since then that there was an arson attack at the home of Shaquawn Alleyne's grandmother. Somebody tried to burn the house down, in colloquial terms. And here is what we know from reporting on this issue. According to police reports, the Block 22 Wismar Linden house, owned by Mary Alleyne, was allegedly set on fire around 4:30 hours on Monday. Reports are that a curtain hanging from one of the windows was set on fire from outside of the house by a lone male suspect, who was subsequently observed by neighbors running away from the scene. It was reported that quick action from neighbors resulted in the fire being extinguished. Quick action from neighbors resulted in the fire being extinguished before it could spread. And it is unclear at this time whether this attack, according to police, is related to Shaquawn, who of course is being sought by police for the murder of his reputed girlfriend, Shonette Dover, who, as we said, has been missing since April 3rd. And I want to use this juncture to say to you guys that I want to invite some of your comments. A little later on in the program, I am going to give you the opportunity to give me your thoughts on where we are currently. And that number you're going to contact me on, once we have enough time in the program, is 627-6963, our usual number. We're going to say, you can WhatsApp yes to that number. And I'm going to give you a chance to have your say as long as we have enough time on the program. Folks, here is what we are learning. In addition to the arson attack, here is what we are learning. We have learned that the father of Shaquawn Alleyne, who had intimate knowledge that Shonette Dover was killed by his son and was taken into police custody last Thursday, we have learned that the father has been released from police custody as of this morning. The father has been released from police custody as of this morning. Reports are that the older Alleyne was released on Tuesday morning, and the teen sister of Shonette Dover was charged in connection to her death, according to the reports we have received. The teen was charged at the Linden Magistrates Court with being an accessory after the fact of murder. That is the charge, for being an accessory after the fact of murder. We are also learning that the police investigators sought the advice of the Director of Public Prosecution, the DPP, for both the teen and Shaquann's father, the older Alleyne. We have learned, in addition to that, that the DPP recommended charges for Shonette's sister, who has since been remanded to the Sophia Juvenile Holding Center. She has been remanded to the Sophia Juvenile Holding Center. No charges were recommended for the senior Alleyne by the Director of Public Prosecution. And that is the information we have at this hour concerning the father, the older Alleyne, and Shonette's sister. We are learning, in addition to that, that the DPP has asked the police to conduct further investigations. So investigations are continuing. According to the report that we have, it is the older Alleyne who was allegedly informed by his son of the murder of Shonette Dover. Apparently, from the police reporting, he was not present when the body was buried. This is according to the information being supplied by the police. The older Alleyne was informed by his son and Shonette's sister that she was killed, but he was not reportedly at the scene when they buried her in that shallow grave behind Shaquawn Alleyne's home there in Kansas City, Linden. So that is some of the information we have at this hour. The father has been released, the sister has been charged, and somebody lit a fire. Yep, somebody lit a fire at the home of Shaquawn Alleyne's grandmother. A fire was lit. The $1 million question is, where is Shaquawn ISWE Alleyne? Some persons said and continue to say he is hiding out in Linden. On our last program, we heard him being advised by a former paramour, a former male paramour, that he should travel to Georgetown and lie low for a while. But information seems to suggest that Shaquawn Alleyne might have already fled to French Guiana, Cayenne. And there have been several postings on social media as regards this. And we want to play a couple of them for you as we examine tonight, where in the world is Shaquawn ISWE Alleyne, as the hunt for this murderer of Shonette Dover continues. Where in the world is Shaquawn Alleyne? This is a conversation that we received. A conversation that we received where there seems to be two persons who are talking about the whereabouts
But you know you can't go to Ghana right now
of Shaquawn Alleyne. And so bear with us and let us get this set correctly for you. Again, lots of persons seems to know where Shaquawn Alleyne is. And information seems to suggest that he is not in the jurisdiction. Information seems to suggest he is no longer in the jurisdiction. And we want to bring some of that to you this evening. Again, this is a recording of somebody who purports to be Arthur Keon and another of Shaquawn, and another person who are discussing the whereabouts of Shaquawn ISWE Alleyne.
But you know you can't go to Ghana right now because you put yourself in trouble. Anyway, baby, you keep it right there. I do this guy. He put on a clothes, he cut his hair. He always wear top and shades.
Girl, I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do? Tell me, what do you think I should do?
Personally, wear long clothes and glasses. They don't know G. Yeah, the glasses or something can be, I don't know. You want you go to prison or not? I love your body. I don't want nobody that. punch up to no police and put you no fucking man. I remember you work hard for the way there. All you come in one then tumble me one none that happen to you. Yeah, for cause it's either you that is me you that either me you stupid but you know you can't go to line right now because you're going to put yourself in trouble. Anyway, baby, you keep it right there. I do this guy. He put on long clothes, he cut his hair. He always wear top and shades.
Girl, I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do? Tell me, what do you think I should do?
Person that wear long clothes and so and glasses. You don't know G. You have the glasses or something. I mean, no. I don't know. You want you go to prison or nothing. I love your bad. I want nobody that punch up to no police and put you no fucking man. I remember you work hard for the way there. All you come in one then tumble me one none that happen to you. Yeah, for cause it's either you that is me you that either me you stupid but you know you can't go to line right now because you're going to put yourself in trouble. Anyway, baby, you keep it right there. I do this guy. He put on long clothes, he cut his hair. He always wear top and shades.
Girl, I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do?
Yep.
Tell me, what do you think I
And
should
that
do?
is just one of the recordings that was sent to us. It gets even better. Again, as we said, this is the purported voice of one Arthur Keon and another person on Shaquawn Alleyne's whereabouts, seeming to give advice on what Shaquawn should be doing to evade justice. And as we have said to you guys, anybody who knows where Shaquawn Alleyne is, you have a duty to report that to the nearest police station. And if that is of concern to you, get the information to us. And we will get it into the hands of the authorities. Folks, if you want to share your comments, the number to send to WhatsApp yes to 627-6963. As I said, there are other recordings that were sent to us and that are in circulation. And we want to share some of that with you, where persons are purporting to know exactly where Shaquawn Alleyne is and what is happening. Now, one of the voices you heard played previously, this is that person we're advised. This is that individual, one of those individuals. And as we said when we were starting the broadcast, some of the language is very, very strong. It is very, very strong. And we advise you, we want to give you it as we receive it. And so we're going to queue it up and we're going to get that for you. Again, the language is very, very strong. And just allow us to get it queued up properly, and we're going to give it to you. Lots of folks seems to know what is happening and exactly where Shaquawn Alleyne is.
In fucking pressure, I go to jail for murder, but I don't know what you and the man who killed the woman in Linden. Yeah, two murderers. They go to jail or rotting in jail. Kian God Mosley is me father. Put it on Facebook. Kian Skip on Facebook. He God on the rain falling. God Mosley on Facebook. Kian Skip, who know Kian Bogada Kian on TikTok because is my friend. You got the man who killed the girl in report my life, but I got a report from Facebook. I'm gonna make it on the news. I don't care if people share it. Anybody from Facebook, I guess I'm gonna talk me. I had enough for it. Kian called me from fucking sit down. I've been tell me get the man who killed the girl from Linden. Never he. Now he putting me, take me by snort. Right there he. I'm for your friend fucking fucker. Kian in the next one frame me. You report me next thing. Kian, you want a friend from Facebook? You get the man who killed the girl and then by fucking you. In the fucking pressure, I go to jail for murder, but I don't know what you and the man who killed the woman in Linden. Yeah, two murderers. They go to
When I first see these voice notes from this individual in the media, and I listened to that, I was like, you know what? I'm glad my friend, my sister didn't take this bait and bring this man over. You understand? I feel good about it. Anyway, I went out Saturday night. I come back home. I come back home drunk actually, because I go in bed. I didn't even check my phone nothing. I wake up Sunday morning, 2 voice notes. Actually, I didn't make a post about it because I feel like people that just want to use trans people, when especially men, when they want to recover them, when they want child support, when they want to shelter them kind of thing, right? That's fine. When I get these 2 voice notes in the inbox, I was like, the person, the other sister tell me, you think she ain't take the bait? She more than take the bait. She got the killer of gay, right? All right. I really think from the cause, I still wonder if she did see or whatever. When you had the live yesterday morning, I trying to come out of the live, somebody dropped another voice note in the inbox from Guyana this time, right? When I heard the person voice on the voice note, I said, what? Call them. And when I call them, I said, don't lie to me. Because, you know, this individual respect me a lot. And, you know, as a senior whore in the community, the girls are me good on a level. Anywho, I call she, I said, girl, yeah, turn this fucking boy over to the police. Turn this motherfucking boy over to the police. Anyway, lied to me, I play the voice note. I said, isn't this your voice? You know what they turn and tell me? No, somebody could have been doing this, you know, technology. I said, no. I was a 2-year, I was a second-year communication student. All the technology I work with, none never bring me voice up so period. You know what I'm telling you? Anywho, she bring the individual on the phone, the other one in Cayenne, bring the individual on the phone. The lion one in Cayenne, no, the binder, the binder. I know what you're talking about. The other thing that they're running with is that this guy checking at the police last Thursday, me find out no in the media. No in the media, me find out. So, I don't know. Anywho, when the one in Cayenne come off the phone, you know what she turned and tell me? She said, between me and you, the buy is there. That's exactly what she tell me. Between me and you, the buy is there. But wrong back now. I call back my other sister in Cayenne. I say, so y'all know I just confirmed that this guy there down by the other one. Anywho, what exactly I do? I remember everything I do. I call back the other individual waiting there in Cayenne, which tell me that the buy is there. I call she, no, I didn't even call she, I message she. I say, I have something important. I make sure I get to her on my phone because I'll make sure I give it every word that I tell these motherfuckers. Hold on. I'll tell you what I tell you on my phone. I message her on my phone. I say, who's this? I said, please call me. I need to speak with you important. When I tell she this, she called. I said, listen, the individual tell me when you come off the phone that the man is by you. Turn this man over to the fucking police. You know what I tell you? Anywho, if she turn and tell me, get the individual on the phone. I get the individual on the phone. I say, you come on the phone, look, the two y'all now, y'all figure this out. Figure this fuckery out. Babs, you know what he want to tell me? All right, I'm calling back just now. Cut out the phone, cut out the other phone. You understand? When I first see these voice notes from this individual in the media.
As we have said, ladies and gentlemen, there seems to be sufficient information, at least among a few folks, as to exactly where Shaquawn Alleyne is exactly where Shaquawn Alleyne is hiding out. And the onus and the duty is on all of us, if you have credible information where Shaquawn Alleyne is, to get that information in the hands of the relevant authorities. And my apologies for the break in the audio earlier, but this is what I was saying. And if those persons are watching us this evening and they are not comfortable with going to the police, get that information to us. And we will get it into the hands of the relevant authorities. But it is duties on all of us. Duties on all of us, if we have the information, to get in the information into the hands of the authorities. Again, I want to leave some space in the program for those persons who are now joining us. If you want to comment on what you have heard thus far, if you might even have some information, we invite you to give us a call. We're going to bring you in live. The number to send yes to, if you want to share some comments with us, is 627-6963. Text yes, or WhatsApp rather. WhatsApp yes to 627-6963, and we're going to have you on. And we invite you guys to be as brief as possible while we have a little time left in the program. But for those of you who are now joining us, we want to walk you guys through again the timeline of events as they would have occurred. We want to walk you guys through that for those persons who are now joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, you know by now that on the 3rd day of April, Shonette Dover went missing. She was 20 years old. She was a bartender. On April 4th, her boyfriend, Shaquawn Alleyne, 19 years old, and a barber, according to police reports, along with her sister, would have inquired of Shonette's mother as to her whereabouts. By April 6th and 13th, Shaquawn makes several other Facebook posts, some personal, some about other missing girls in Guyana. By April 21st, or rather by April 16th, a community search party ensues, led by Shaquawn Alleyne. April 21st, Shonette Dover's family attends a church service where they pray for the safe return of their daughter. And by April 30th, Shonette's sister would lead police to where Shonette was buried. Yep. In the yard of Shaquawn Alleyne, at the back, we were advised, in a shallow grave. May 1st, we saw the first recordings, or we heard the first recordings between Mr. Alleyne, Shaquawn Alleyne, and his former male paramour, making plans to flee to French Guyana. And by May 2nd, we learned via a postmortem, that Shonette Dover died of as a result, according to the police report, as a result of a single gunshot injury to her head. That is the information that we have. Again, for those persons who are now joining us, we are looking at the Shonette Dover story, the hunt for Shaquawn ISWE Alleyne. And our contention is there is someone out there who knows where Mr. Alleyne is. And you are duty bound by law to contact the nearest police station. Our number is 627-6963. If you have any information, credible information, let us know. And if you have any comments and thoughts that you want to share, WhatsApp yes to 627-6963. We would love to hear from you this evening. And so again, for those folks who are now joining us, what have we learned to date? One, a male individual was seen running from the home of the grandmother of Shaquawn Alleyne yesterday after setting light to their property. And the reports suggest that quick-thinking neighbors would have doused those flames. And we would have given you some of the photographs coming out of that we have. Some of the photographs that we have. The police said it was the action of quick-thinking neighbors that resulted in the fire being extinguished before it could spread. And they say it is unclear whether the attack on the family's property was linked to the murder of Shaquawn, of Shonette Dover. And we also learned, while we look at those images, that Shaquann's father, who was arrested by police, was released this morning, and her sister was charged. And folks, just some of the information we have for you at this hour. Again, our apologies for the earlier muting of the mic there. Our apologies there. Just some of the imagery coming out of where this person would have tried to burn down the house of Shaquawn Alleyne's grandmother. And as I said, today, we learned that the father, no charges were recommended by the Director of Public Prosecution. No charge was recommended by the Director of Public Prosecution to be laid against the father, but the sister has been charged. The sister has been charged with being an accessory to murder after the fact. The sister has been charged. And so that is the information we have at hand at this hour. And I think we have somebody who is trying to come on. We're going to try to see what is happening there. And then we're going to come back to you guys. Somebody's trying to come on. Let me try to see if I can help where that is concerned. All right, somebody trying to reach us. Let me see if we can get their comments. As we have said, somebody knows where Shaquawn Alleyne is. And for the information that has been supplied, he seems to be in French Guiana. Somebody's coming in, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to hold for that person to have their say. All right, we're getting that set. And we're holding, and we're going to have that individual. But again, Shaquann's grandmother's house was lit on fire. It was extinguished. The autopsy has revealed that Ms. Dover died from a single gunshot wound to the head. We have learned also that the father was released from custody. No charges has been laid, and there's a recommendation from the Director of Public Prosecution for the sister to be charged, and she has been remanded to the Sophia Youth Detention Center there. And that is some of the information we have. We're just holding for someone who wants to come in with some commentary. The number again, just WhatsApp yes to 627-6963, and we're going to put you through. 627-6963. WhatsApp yes to that number, and we're going to send you guys the link to come on. Again, just some of the images coming out of the burnt house in Linden of the grandmother of Shaquawn. There you have it. Quite a story of twists, turns, and bends, and we're going to be following all of it and bringing you the latest as it happens. Conrad, a very good evening.
Good evening, Sharad. I've been following this story.
Talk to us.
Yeah, I've been following this story, and it's sad that this young lady was so brutally murdered. And I guess the country and the community need to pull together and see to it that her family get justice. But we are also have to fight for better social services programs for the, the young people of Linden, because this is a mess. You're hearing about homosexual, bisexuals, or all kind of nonsense. And so, I mean, it's a lot of work. It's sad. It's like a broken society with broken dreams and hopes. So I guess everybody got pulled together to help the family through this horrific time.
All right,
That's my
Conrad.
take.
Thanks very much, Conrad. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you.
Again, folks, we have a couple of minutes left. The number is 627-6963. I'd love to hear from you as to where you think we are currently and what you think should be done. And I want to thank that caller, Conrad, for coming through there with those comments. And I just want to just let me say this: I am. People have to live their lives however they choose to live their lives. We all have to give an account. The Bible tells us for our own lives at the end of the day. And so I'm not going to tell anybody how to live their lives. You want to be bisexual, that is your business. You want to be homosexual, that is your business. I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned when there is a violation of human life in this manner, that individual that has violated another human being in this most horrific and violent manner must be brought to justice. So the number again is 627-6963 for those persons who want to come in. And we just have a couple minutes left. And again, folks, this is the information at hand for those of you who might be now joining us as we invite you to share the live stream, that the grandmother's home of Shaquawn Alleyne was lit on fire on Monday. Just this morning, the father, who was in custody since last Thursday, was released on advice from the Director of Public Prosecution. And by the same token, her sister was charged as being an accessory to murder after the fact. And she has been remanded to the Sophia Juvenile Detention Center. And the Director of Public Prosecution has also advised that the police continue its investigation. And as we said to you, there are several theories as to what is happening, and lots of persons out there have been making their voices heard. I want to play back one of the last pieces that we played for you, where persons seem to suggest to know exactly where Mr. Shaquawn Alleyne is.
And I listened to that, like, you know what? I'm glad my friend, my sister didn't take this bait and bring this man over, you understand? I feel good about it. Anyway, I went out Saturday night, I come back home drunk actually, because I go in my bed, I didn't even check my phone nothing. I wake up Sunday morning, 2 voice notes. Actually, I didn't make a post about it because I feel like people that just want to use trans people, when, especially men, when they want to recover them, when they want child support, when they want to shelter them kind of thing, right? That's fine. When I get these 2 voice notes in my inbox, I was like, the other sister tell me, you think she ain't take the bait? She more than take the bait. She got the killer up here, right? All right. I really think from the cause And I still wonder if she did see or whatever. When you had the live yesterday morning, I trying for command on the live, somebody drop another voice note in the inbox from Guyana this time, right? When I hear the person voice on the voice note, I said, what? Call them. And when I call them, I said, don't lie to me. Because, this individual respect me a lot. And, as a senior who are in the community, the girls are me good for a level. Anywho, I call she, I said, girl, yeah, turn this fucking boy over to the police. Turn this motherfucking boy over to the police. Anyway, lied to me. I play the voice note. I said, isn't this your voice? You know what they turn and tell me? No, somebody could have been doing this, technology. I said, no. I was a second year communication student. All the technology I work with, none never bring me voice up so period. You know what I'm telling you? Anywho, she bring the individual on the phone, the other one in Cayenne, bring the individual on the phone. The lion one in Cayenne, no, the binder, the binder. I know what you're talking about. The other thing that they're running with is that this guy checking at the police last Thursday, me find her no in the media. No in the media, me find her. So, I don't know. Anywho, when the one in Cayenne come off the phone, you know what she turned and tell me? She said, between me and you, the buy is there. That's exactly what she tell me. Between me and you, the buy is there. But round back now, I call back my other sister in Cayenne. I say, so y'all know I just confirmed that this guy they done by the other one. Anywho, what exactly I do? I remember everything I do. I call back the other individual waiting there in Cayenne, which should tell me that the buy is there. I didn't even call she, I message she. I said, I have something important. I'll make sure I get to her on my phone. Because I'll make sure I give it every word that I tell these motherfuckers. Hold on. I'll tell you what I tell she on my phone. I message her on my phone. I said, who's this? I said, please call me. I need to speak with you important. When I tell she this, she called. I said, listen, the individual tell me when you come off the phone that the man is by you. Turn this man over to the fucking police. You know what I tell you? Anywho, it should turn and tell me, get the individual on the phone. I get the individual on the phone. I say, you come on the phone, look, the two y'all now, y'all figure this out. Figure this fuckery out. Babs, you know what the one tell me? All right, I'm calling back just now. Cut out the phone, cut out the other phone. You understand? When I first see these voice notes from this individual in the media.
There we have it, folks. As I did say to you, some of this has very, very strong language, and we apologize for it, but we wanted to bring you what we had as we have it, for you to get a better context of what is happening. As we have said, several persons seems to have information which suggests, and we're hoping that the police following all of these leads, which seems to suggest that Shaquawn Alleyne is in French Guyana or Cayenne. Strong information seems to suggest that, and we have been speaking also with some independent journalists who are also doing a lot of work on this story, and their sources also seem to suggest that Shaquawn ISWE Alleyne is in French Guyana, French Guyana, Cayenne. And so the duty, we repeat again, is on those of you who have credible information to contact the nearest police station. We are duty bound. That is what the law says. Duty bound. And we're still a law-abiding people. And later on in that discussion with this individual calling herself Twinkle, This individual calling herself Twinkle, in that last piece we played for you, a little later on in that discussion, she herself tells her colleague that if that was done to her sister, right, or for someone in their community, how she would have dealt with it. Again, human nature is to stand against wrongdoing, which is what they are suggesting, that their colleagues who know where this guy is hiding out, who has caused so much pain and anguish in the lives of Shonette Dover's family and friends and loved ones and the community of Linden, right, who has made her another statistic in gender-based violence and domestic violence and all of that. The onus is on them to give the information to the police. And I'm not even going to repeat all of the numbers I have here. Any police station. And as we have said, if you are afraid to do that, then you can share the information with us. The number you can contact for us is 627-6963. 627-6963. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our time for this evening. As we go, we encourage you guys to mask up, social distance, wear your mask. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Shonette Dover's family and friends and the community of Linden. You guys are in our thoughts and prayers. Stay safe. Stay safe. See you guys tomorrow evening.